Breaking news from the love and hip-hop world has fans on the edge of their seats. Jim Jones has reportedly attacked Chrissy Lampkin after a shocking fight with Mama Jones, leading to a full-blown family meltdown that's leaving everyone stunned. Sources reveal that tensions had been simmering behind the scenes for months, but things escalated quickly when Mama Jones got involved, sparking an explosive confrontation between Jim and Chrissy. The incident reportedly turned physical, leaving family members and friends scrambling to separate them, while social media erupted with clips, rumors, and heated debates. Fans of the franchise know that Jim Jones and Chrissy have a long, complicated history, but this latest altercation takes their drama to an entirely new level. Insiders say that the argument wasn't just personal, it exposed long-standing family tensions, unresolved grievances, and deep emotional scars that have been brewing quietly over time. Eyewitnesses claim the fight included shouting, intense accusations, and moments that had even seasoned reality TV stars shocked. Social media immediately caught fire, with hashtags like #JimJonesvsChrissy and #FamilyMeltdown trending worldwide, as fans dissected every second of the confrontation, speculating on the fallout for both personal relationships and public reputations. This isn't just another reality TV fight, this is a high-stakes, emotional explosion that could change the dynamics of Jim Jones' family and Chrissy Lampkin forever. Stay tuned, because the shocking details of this meltdown are only just coming to light, and you won't want to miss a single moment of the chaos, drama, and shocking revelations that are rocking their world. The tension within Jim Jones' family had been building for months, but no one expected it to erupt so violently on this latest episode of Love and Hip-Hop. Sources close to the situation reveal that the fight between Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin was the culmination of years of unresolved conflict, simmering resentment, and escalating disagreements that had been ignored for far too long. Friends and insiders describe the scene as chaotic and shocking, with emotions running so high that it quickly spiraled out of control, drawing the attention of the entire family and everyone nearby. According to witnesses, the conflict started earlier in the day when Mama Jones confronted Chrissy over what she perceived as disrespectful behavior. Words were exchanged, and the atmosphere became increasingly tense as the confrontation escalated. Sources say that Jim Jones, who had been aware of the brewing tension, intervened with the intention of defending his mother, but things quickly got out of hand. What started as verbal disputes turned physical, leaving family members scrambling to separate the two before anyone was seriously hurt. Onlookers were reportedly shocked, noting that both Jim and Chrissy are usually careful about their public image. But in this instance, raw emotion took over. Social media erupted almost immediately. Clips from the confrontation began circulating online, showing raised voices, aggressive gestures, and moments of chaos. Fans quickly took sides, with some defending Jim Jones for standing up for his family, while others criticized him for allegedly attacking Chrissy. Hashtags like #JimJonesvsChrissy, #FamilyMeltdown, and #LHHDrama trended across platforms, reflecting the intense public interest in this high-profile dispute. Memes, reaction videos, and heated debates flooded social media feeds, amplifying the drama and putting additional pressure on both parties to respond. Sources close to the couple reported that this fight didn't happen in isolation. Chrissy had been frustrated with what she perceived as ongoing interference and control from Jim and his family, while Jim reportedly felt that Chrissy had crossed multiple boundaries over the years. Friends suggest that small grievances, past arguments, and long-standing emotional baggage all contributed to the explosive confrontation. It wasn't just about one thing, an insider explained. This was years of tension coming to the surface in the worst possible way. On-set production staff were reportedly caught off guard by the intensity of the confrontation. Although reality TV often thrives on drama, insiders explained that this altercation went beyond typical scripted or staged conflicts. Cameras, captured raised voices, aggressive body language, and moments of physical aggression that left even experienced crew members unsettled. According to sources, producers immediately attempted to intervene, separating the parties and encouraging them to cool down. But the emotional intensity was too high to contain. Friends, close to Chrissy, say that she felt blindsided and targeted. After years of maintaining her composure in the public eye, she reportedly felt that Jim's intervention crossed a line, turning what had been a verbal disagreement with Mama Jones into a personal attack. She was shocked and hurt, one source explained. She didn't expect Jim to get involved in such an aggressive way, and it made her feel cornered and disrespected. Insiders say that Chrissy's response was equally heated, with her refusing to back down or remain silent while the confrontation unfolded. Jim Jones supporters, however, paint a different picture. Friends and family of the rapper claim that he was only trying to protect his mother and mediate the situation. They argue that his actions, while intense, were driven by a desire to defend his family and maintain order. Jim has always been protective of his mom, a source said. He didn't want things to escalate further, but emotions got the best of him, and that's how the situation spiraled. The public reaction has been fierce. Fans debated every moment of the confrontation, analyzing gestures, tone of voice, and previous interactions between the two. Social media users speculated on the underlying causes of the fight, referencing past episodes, interviews, and public statements made by both Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin. The discussion extended beyond the immediate fan base, attracting commentary from reality TV analysts, gossip sites, and entertainment news outlets, all eager to dissect the explosive family meltdown. Behind the scenes, family members expressed concern for the long-term implications of the fight. Sources say that Mama Jones was particularly distressed, reportedly feeling responsible for escalating tensions unintentionally. Friends noted that she attempted to calm both Jim and Chrissy, but once emotions flared, the situation quickly became unmanageable. Family insiders emphasized that this was a critical moment that could have lasting effects on relationships within the family. Legal experts observing the situation also weighed in, noting that any physical altercation, even within a family, could have serious repercussions if documented or shared publicly. While no formal charges had been reported at the time, the viral nature of the incident meant that both parties were under intense scrutiny. The combination of personal, public, and professional pressures created a volatile environment where every word and action carried potential consequences for reputations, relationships, and even legal standing. Throughout the ordeal, sources report that both Jim and Chrissy experienced high levels of emotional stress. Jim reportedly struggled to control his anger and frustration while trying to manage the confrontation, whereas Chrissy was deeply hurt and felt her boundaries had been violated. Friends described the atmosphere as charged with anger, disappointment, and fear, highlighting the emotional intensity of the situation. The cameras captured not only the conflict, but also the vulnerability of both parties, giving fans a rare glimpse into the raw emotions behind reality TV drama. As the first part of this saga concluded, it was evident that the family meltdown had created a tipping point. Relationships were strained, emotions were raw, and the fallout from the confrontation was just beginning to unfold. Social media buzzed. With speculation, insiders whispered about potential repercussions, and viewers were left eagerly anticipating the next explosive developments. Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin's conflict had transcended personal disagreement, becoming a story about family, loyalty, respect, and the challenges of managing high-stakes relationships under the scrutiny of the public eye. The stage was now set for the next chapter, where emotions, decisions, and consequences would collide even more dramatically, and fans would witness the ongoing fallout from one of the most shocking family meltdowns in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta history. The aftermath of the explosive confrontation between Jim Jones and Chrissy Lampkin continued to dominate headlines, social media feeds, and the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta universe. Sources close to the family revealed that the incident had left emotional scars that ran deeper than fans could imagine. While the initial fight was intense, the fallout created ripple effects that impacted not only Jim, Chrissy, and Mama Jones, but also friends, extended family, and the production team. Behind the cameras, tensions were simmering, and insiders suggested that what viewers saw on screen was only the tip of the iceberg. According to witnesses, both Jim and Chrissy struggled to process what had happened immediately after the confrontation. Friends close to Chrissy describe her as being in shock, replaying the events over and over and trying to make sense of how a family's disagreement could escalate into such a high-profile meltdown. Jim, on the other hand, was dealing with his own set of challenges. While he maintained that his intentions were to protect his mother and assert family loyalty, sources suggest he also struggled with the backlash and public perception. Jim genuinely thought he was defending his family, one insider explained. But once the cameras caught everything and clips went viral, the pressure and criticism hit him hard. Friends note that he had to navigate both personal guilt and the overwhelming attention of fans dissecting every moment of the confrontation. The social media response to the fight was immediate and intense. Clips from the incident were shared thousands of times within hours, sparking debates, memes, and reactions from fans, influencers, and entertainment analysts. Some praised Jim for standing up for his mother, emphasizing the importance of family loyalty, while others criticized him for allegedly attacking Chrissy, calling the behavior unacceptable. Chrissy received widespread support from fans who felt that she had been unfairly targeted, while discussions around family dynamics, respect, and boundaries became central themes across platforms. Hashtags like hashtag Jim Jones vs Chrissy, hashtag family drama, and hashtag LHHATL Meltdown dominated conversations, highlighting the public's fascination with the unfolding story. Insiders report that the confrontation triggered intense discussions among other family members as well. Mama Jones in particular was deeply affected, expressing regret for unintentionally escalating the situation. Friends said she felt responsible for the chaos and worried about the long-term impact on her relationships with both Jim and Chrissy. Other family members reportedly attempted to mediate privately, urging calm and reflection, but emotions remained high, making reconciliation difficult. The emotional intensity underscored how deeply personal and unresolved issues can surface when combined with public scrutiny. Meanwhile, production staff for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta were working tirelessly to manage the situation. Sources say that producers were aware that the footage could become highly controversial and potentially damaging if mishandled. So they made efforts to balance storytelling with the well-being of the cast. They tried to intervene and provide space for cooling down, an insider said. But reality TV thrives on drama, and this particular incident was beyond what anyone anticipated. The tension between personal responsibility, ethical storytelling, and entertainment value created a complex dynamic that both the cast and production team had to navigate carefully. Legal experts also weighed in on the situation, noting that any physical altercation, even within a family, could carry serious consequences, especially when video evidence circulates publicly. While no charges had been reported, sources suggested that both Jim and Chrissy were aware of the potential legal implications, adding another layer of pressure to an already volatile situation. Insiders indicate that conversations with legal advisors may have influenced how both parties approached subsequent interactions, emphasizing caution while dealing with media and social media coverage. Friends close to Chrissy revealed that she began taking steps to protect her emotional and mental health. She reportedly leaned on her support network, discussed boundaries, and considered ways to regain control of the narrative after being publicly targeted. Chrissy is someone who values her dignity and privacy, one source explained. She wasn't going to let this incident define her, and she's taking steps to ensure that she maintains control over her life and image. These Efforts underscored the emotional resilience required to navigate personal conflict in the reality TV spotlight. Jim, too, reportedly faced internal reflection. Friends note that he began to consider the consequences of acting impulsively, especially given how quickly events were broadcast and dissected online, while maintaining loyalty to his mother. He reportedly recognized that handling conflicts with Chrissy required more careful communication and restraint. Sources suggest that he sought advice from trusted friends and family members to manage the public fallout and repair relationships where it's possible. The conflict also had a significant impact on the LHHATL fanbase. Social media polls, live discussions, and reaction threads illustrated that viewers were deeply invested in the story, with strong opinions on both sides. Analysts noted that this level of engagement reflects not only fascination with celebrity conflicts, but also broader conversations about family dynamics, accountability, and respect in relationships. Fans speculated on possible reconciliations, potential consequences for the family, and what this drama might mean for upcoming episodes of the show. As part 2 of this saga unfolded, it became clear that the family meltdown was far from over. Chrissy and Jim were both emotionally affected, fans were divided, and social media continued to explode with reactions, commentary, and speculation. Behind the scenes, family members attempted to mediate, but deep-seated issues and unresolved tensions meant that further conflict was almost inevitable. Production staff were cautious, aware that the drama could either propel ratings or create serious consequences for the cast. The situation also highlighted the pressures of reality television. Every moment, gesture, and word is amplified, leaving little room for private resolution. For Jim and Chrissy, this meant navigating both personal emotions and public perception simultaneously. Friends and insiders emphasized that the current meltdown could serve as a turning point, either leading to reconciliation under defined boundaries or further estrangement. If conflicts aren't resolved by the end of part 2, fans were left with an intense cliffhanger. Questions remained about whether Jim and Chrissy could find common ground, how Mama Jones would respond, and what the long-term fallout might be for the family dynamic. Social media buzzed with speculation, reaction videos, and analysis, keeping viewers on edge and eager for the next explosive chapter. The stakes were high, emotions were raw, and the stage was set for the ultimate confrontation that could change the trajectory of their relationships forever. The tension between Jim Jones, Chrissy Lampkin, and Mama Jones had reached an all-time high, and the fallout from their explosive fight continued to dominate both the LHHATL storyline and social media. According to sources close to the family, what began as a verbal dispute escalated into a deeply emotional showdown that left everyone involved shaken. Friends say that the confrontation exposed years of unresolved issues, unspoken grievances, and family dynamics that had long been simmering beneath the surface. The cameras captured the raw intensity, leaving fans shocked and deeply invested in what could happen next. Eyewitnesses described the scene as chaotic. Jim Jones, reportedly fueled by frustration and a desire to defend his mother, confronted Chrissy with a forceful presence that left little room for dialogue. Chrissy, standing her ground, was equally assertive, demanding respect and refusing to be intimidated. The clash became a battle of wills, each side insisting on their perspective and exposing long-standing resentments. Onlookers, including production staff and family members, reportedly worked frantically to prevent the situation from turning physical. But the emotional energy in the room made every attempt at de-escalation challenging. Sources revealed that Mama Jones was at the center of the emotional storm. While she had attempted to mediate initially, her involvement unintentionally intensified the conflict. Jim's protective instincts, combined with Chrissy's emotional response, created a volatile mix, resulting in one of the most shocking family meltdowns in love and hip-hop Atlanta history. Friends close to the family described the scene as heartbreaking yet explosive, with moments that left everyone stunned at how quickly things escalated. Social media erupted almost immediately, Fans dissected every interaction, from the tone of voice to facial expressions and body language, creating a digital storm of opinions, memes, and reaction videos. Friends close to Chrissy reported that she felt deeply hurt and humiliated, not only by the public confrontation, but also by the way Jim's protective response seemed to turn against her. Sources say she began reaching out to her inner circle for support, venting her frustration and processing the emotional trauma of being attacked in front of cameras. She felt cornered and disrespected, one insider explained. After years of managing herself in the public eye, this was a personal blow she didn't expect. Jim, on the other hand, reportedly experienced his own internal conflict, while he maintained that his actions were meant to defend his mother. He also began reflecting on the repercussions of the confrontation, both personally and publicly. Friends say he struggled to balance loyalty, emotions, and the scrutiny of fans and media outlets. Legal and PR advisors reportedly urged caution, emphasizing the potential consequences of any physical or emotional escalation being captured on camera or shared online. Behind the scenes, family members worked tirelessly to calm tensions. Sources reveal that private conversations, mediation attempts, and heartfelt discussions occurred after the confrontation with the goal of preventing further fallout. Mama Jones, in particular, reportedly expressed regret for inadvertently escalating the situation and sought to rebuild trust with both Jim and Chrissy. Friends emphasized that while the public sees drama, the personal side is far more complex, involving years of emotional baggage, loyalty, conflicts, and unspoken resentments. The ongoing drama has captivated fans worldwide. Analysts highlight that this level of public engagement reflects not only interest in celebrity conflicts, but also the universal themes of family, respect, and accountability. Viewers continue to dissect every post, clip, and interview, speculating on the future of Jim and Chrissy's interactions and the broader implications for their family dynamics. The situation serves as a reminder that reality TV is not just entertainment. It is a magnifier of human emotion, amplifying personal struggles and transforming private conflicts into global conversations. Sources close to the family say that reconciliation is possible, but requires intentional effort, communication, and mutual respect. Chrissy reportedly wants acknowledgement of her feelings and reassurance that boundaries will be respected moving forward, while Jim is being advised to temper his protective instincts with patience and understanding. Friends emphasize that both parties have the potential to rebuild trust, but only if they confront the underlying issues rather than letting emotions dictate future interactions. The aftermath of the fight also highlighted the intense pressure that public figures face. Every word, gesture, and expression is analyzed, judged, and amplified, leaving little room for private resolution. Chrissy and Jim's experience illustrates the delicate balance between personal relationships and public image, especially when cameras, social media, and millions of fans are involved. For both of them, the challenge is navigating these dynamics without further escalation while maintaining emotional integrity and respect for one another. As the season progressed, insiders suggested that upcoming episodes would show attempts at reconciliation, heated confrontations, and potentially new revelations about past conflicts. The drama is far from over, and viewers can expect more explosive moments that will test loyalties, boundaries, and family ties. Fans remain on edge, eager to see whether the family can recover or if this meltdown marks a permanent shift in relationships. In conclusion, the fight between Jim Jones, Chrissy Lampkin, and Mama Jones is more than just reality TV drama. It is a deeply emotional event that exposes long-standing tensions, challenges family dynamics, and demonstrates the complexities of navigating relationships in the public eye. The fallout will continue to reverberate through social media, fan discussions, and future episodes, making it one of the most memorable and impactful moments in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta history. Fans, viewers, and supporters, this is a story you cannot afford to miss. The explosive meltdown between Jim Jones, Chrissy Lampkin, and Mama Jones is more than reality TV. It's a raw, unfiltered look at family loyalty, and personal boundaries under the pressure of public scrutiny. Every argument, every gesture, and every emotional outburst carries weight and has the potential to reshape relationships forever. If you want to stay up to date on every shocking moment, behind the scenes insight, and exclusive updates from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 13, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We'll bring you front row access to the drama, giving you real-time reactions, detailed breakdowns of every confrontation, and insider information that you won't find anywhere else. From heated arguments to emotional revelations and family disputes, we cover it all so you don't miss a single explosive moment. Engage with us, share your opinions, and be part of the discussion as we dissect the fallout and explore what the next chapters might hold for Jim, Chrissy, and Mama Jones. This story is far from over, and the next episode could bring even more shocking twists, emotional showdowns, and jaw-dropping revelations. Stay connected with us for the latest updates and witness firsthand how one of the most intense family meltdowns in LHHATL history continues to unfold. The drama is real, the stakes are high, and the story is only getting started, so don't blink. Because every moment counts, and fans everywhere are watching every explosive second.